Hello and welcome again to Let's Crack UPSC CSC English. This is me, Rahul Bharadwaj, and I welcome you all on this Unacademy's platform. So today's session is about the 3-month preparation strategy for prelims 2021. As you know that prelims it is around 3 months. Okay, around 3 months have been left uh, as far as prelims 2021 is concerned. So in this video we would be discussing the strategy you should be following so that you can get maximum out of those days, and it will help you in cracking the prelims examination. Fine. So around 90 days have been left now, and we would be focusing on those days, that how you should approach those days, what kind of subjects you should definitely be focusing. Okay, should you follow that test series or not? How many tests you should definitely go for, and all these kind of things we would be discussing in this session. So first, okay, if we talk about the first 25 days, that would be around almost all of your April month. Okay, so make sure that in this month, this April month is a kind of you can say opportunity, still opportunity, so that you can complete your syllabus. Okay, because this is the first and the foremost requirement if you are going for the prelims examination, and if you want to get the maximum. Okay, if you want to crack the exam, so make sure that you complete your syllabus. So this strategy is not for those students who are starting afresh, okay, who have not gone through any of those books and etc. This strategy is for those students who have been preparing at least for 8 to 10 months or a year, and they are in a position that at least they have gone through so many the standard books are there. So definitely you must have read the standard books. So you can say that around 70-80% of your syllabus, you are in this range, that you have completed this 70-80% of your syllabus. So if you talk about the syllabus thing, okay, if you talk about the syllabus thing, definitely you should be very selective, and I divide all of your all the subjects in 7 parts. Okay, so let me give you a very brief idea here. If you talk about the subjects, you have basically the polity. Okay, then you have history, geography, Indian economy, science and technology, environment. We are considering environment separately because of the weightage, okay, it has in the UPSC CSC prelims, especially after the clubbing of the IFS. Okay, that's why this environment section has become very important, very tricky as well, unpredictable as well, challenging you can say, at the same point of time very important from our perspective. That's why we are mentioning this environment thing separately. And last but not least, again, this current affair thing. Okay, so while I say that you have done with your 70-80% of your syllabus, or if still you are in the range of that 60%, what do I mean? For example, you are done with this polity. For example, Lakshmi Kant is there, that is the book. You must definitely go for this book as far as the static portion is concerned. So you are done with this Lakshmi Kant thing, and you have done with the NCRTs, okay, especially 11th 12th, while the recommendation is that you should go for 6th to 12th NCRT, but if time is limited, you can go for 11th NCRTs at first, then the 12th. So suppose that you are done with this polity part, geography part, economy, and but you have not done with this medieval India. Okay, for example, medieval India is still not covered. Art and culture part is left. Similarly, you have some points in the especially general science section. Okay, especially general science, like general science may it's, the physics, chemistry, biology, okay, that you should cover from NCRT. You are not you have not done these things. Okay, so this is the meaning. So in the first 25 days, what I mean with this completion of syllabus, that you should definitely go for those topics, or those uh, uh, topics in the syllabus, or those subjects in the syllabus in which you have not completed the syllabus. For example, leaving medieval India. Okay, for example, medieval India, art and culture, you have not touched these sections. So first try to complete your syllabus. Okay, so in the first 25 days we would be discussing what kind of subjects you should first approach, and then then how you should move. Okay, so we'll be discussing all these things. Before we move to the strategy part, let me just brief you few things. You can follow me on this link to get access of the free classes on Unacademy's platform. Apart from this, you can join Unacademy definitely to get access of these batch courses to make your preparation intense and targeted preparation. And this is a mega subscription offer. If you subscribe Unacademy before 31st of March, you will get that 4 months extra subscription benefit. Okay, your subscription will be valid till 31st of July 2022. So you can definitely go for that. Subscription link will be there in the description box. You can just choose your plan and then put the code RBLive and your amount will reduce by 10%. Similarly, you can opt for Iconic as well with added benefits, and you can go for optional as well. Almost all the optional subjects are available on Unacademy's platform. You can go for the combo subscription in which GS and the optional subject would be combined to get some added benefits of discount and all. Any query, you can reach out to me on this Telegram group. And definitely these scholarship tests are there, okay, by the Unacademy. So that happens on every Sunday 11 a.m. So you can definitely go for these scholarship test series available. Again, this is free. You can use this unlock code to get access of these free test series on the Unacademy's platform. So let's start with this strategy thing. We are first focusing on these 25 days. So what I just mentioned, you should first priority of yours your first priority should be the completion of syllabus. Okay, completion of syllabus. For example, you should go subject wise. Okay, for example, polity is there. You should see that whether you have completed that Lakshmikant book or not, or few chapters are left. For example, parliament is not, you have not completed that chapter, so you should go for that. Or judiciary is that chapter you have not completed. So go with this polity thing and see whether you have completed that standard book or not. If yes, then this is fine. Otherwise, first complete that syllabus part of the polity, because it is very easy. Okay, polity thing is comparatively easy than other subjects like history, which are vast. So first do the easy things so that you can get this confidence. Otherwise, what happens is students generally go for the history like subject at first, and this is very vast. Okay, very challenging to cover. And what happens in the end that because of this one subject, all other subjects suffer. Okay, so don't do this. First try to approach these okay, easy to do parts like polity is there, then go for this environment thing, whatever standard book you are following, like okay, some topics from the NCERT. Then you have that Shankar IAS book, you can follow that Shankar IAS book, or you can follow the NEOS material, that is again very good. So whatever standard material you are following in the environment, make sure that you complete the syllabus. However, as far as the environment syllabus is concerned, only 3 topics are explicitly mentioned in the UPSC syllabus, okay, for prelims examination. That is your ecology, environmental ecology. Then you have biodiversity. Then you have this climate change. So try to first get hold of this static part. Okay, static part, ecology, and then you have biodiversity. Try to add all those national parks, biosphere reserves. For example, for this year you have that Ramsar sites. These are very important. Then go for this climate change, all kind of conventions. Okay, all kind of institutions. In the context of the India, you can go for the Indian Institution Acts, etc. Okay, organization like NGT and all. So go for this environment section and see whether you have completed that syllabus or not. Okay, and try not to extend your sources. Okay, first restrict yourself to the standard sources and complete your syllabus from those standard sources only. Then go for this economy again, not that vast. You can definitely cover that, especially that 12th NCERT macroeconomics. Make sure that you have covered that macro economics, very important. Go for geography. You can cover this geography for prelims, definitely from NCERTs, or if you have time or you have gone through that GC Leong, you can definitely go for this. Otherwise NCERTs will also do. So first try to what I'm trying to tell, that in the next 25 days try to focus on these subjects like polity, environment, economy and geography. Okay, then move to the subjects like in the April itself. Okay, in the April itself, in the April itself, make sure that you go for the subjects like science and tech, especially that general science section that is static in that sense. So you can cover this general science section like physics, chemistry and biology. So as far as physics, chemistry, biologies are concerned, you can definitely go for this 8th to 10th, 8th, 9th, 10th NCERTs, and very basic questions, application based questions comes. For example, this year's prelims 2020, there was a question based on the difference between the plant and the animal cell. Okay, that was mentioned in the 8th class biology book. So every year such questions come. So rather than leaving this general science section, oh look, it is very difficult to cover that general science, so just leave it. So rather than just totally leaving this section, okay, do some smart study, give some time to this general science in the April itself. Okay, let us see, you give these 2 days. So in 2 days you can give around 15 to 20 hours, and you can selectively go for few chapters of 8th, 9th, 10th. Especially if I say target this biology part, then you have that physics part, especially the chapters like sound waves. Okay, you have that light thing. Similarly, if you go for biology, you have that cell, chapter of cell, nutrition, biotech, etc. So in this manner you can definitely go for this general science section, and in the last go for this history. Okay, and in the history itself, prioritize your history syllabus in the manner like you go for the modern India first, then go for this ancient India, art and culture, and medieval India. And let me remind you here that rather than leaving these parts like art and culture, medieval India totally, okay, that you are not covering these at all because these are very lengthy. So rather than doing this, don't do this blunder. Okay, selectively go for few chapters like in medieval India, go for this Bhakti movement. Okay, Sufi and Bhakti, Sufi Bhakti cult is there. Go for these kind of, you can definitely refer few previous year questions, and if you have access to some crash course, then that would be excellent. Crash course, go for those crash courses. Okay, if you have some marathon that is there on the art and culture or medieval India, you can definitely refer that as well, because sometimes very easy questions come from those those parts. And if you are not covering at all, okay, then you will leave those questions which are very easy. So in that sense, you won't be in a good position as far as this competition is concerned. So make sure that you give a few days to these parts as well, and rather than just doing like 7 days you are doing this art and culture only, and the next 7 days you are doing this medieval India only. Okay, so don't do this as well. Just give appropriate time. For example, you are giving like 2 days for the art and culture, then 2 days for the medieval India. Okay, that I have these 2 days, so go for this selective study rather than reading the book line to line. Okay, can refer some previous year questions as well. So in this manner, in the April itself, what should be your target? In the April itself, your target should be, in any case in the April itself, you should be completing your syllabus. Okay, the syllabus completion should be there, and at the same point of time, okay, go for this weekly test as well. Weekly test, you can go for these weekly tests, and try to have around 10 to 15 tests before you go for the prelims, and not to aim for like I need to go for 30 tests, 40 tests. Look, I have solved these okay, this much of questions I have done, so they will be coming in the prelims. Don't have that kind of mindset. Just solve 10 to 15 of those full length tests, and you will be in a position to go for the prelims. Fine, since you are done with your 70-80% of syllabus, so you can start attempting the tests, full length tests in the April itself. Okay, that is totally fine. And at this point of time, you need to resist that urge to go for the material. For example, you are reading this polity from one book like Lakshmikant, and one of your friends says that look, you should read that book like Subhas Kashyap sir's book, DD Basu sir's book. Okay, you should read that book. Look, that kind of questions are coming from these book, that book. So don't fall into that trap. Okay, make sure that Lakshmikant, that is that one of the standard book, you have completed that book, you have made notes of that book. Yes, it is compulsory to make note of those books. Okay, and if you have prepared the notes, that's fine. Otherwise you can go for the highlights. Okay, while you are reading the book, you are doing these highlight things. Okay, so that's also fine, because now there is you don't have that much time to go afresh as far as note making is concerned. So you can definitely take reference of your highlights and all. So what you need to do, you need to follow your standard sources. Standard sources, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that for example, polity, you have that Lakshmikant sir's book. Okay, if you are going for environment, you are following Shankar IAS, etc. For example, modern India, you are following that Spectrum's book. Okay, then it's fine. Spectrum book is fine. No need to go for that Bipin Chandra also. Either follow that Bipin Chandra or that Spectrum. Okay, only one book is sufficient. If you are following Spectrum, then you can refer a few of the topics from Bipin Chandra in the mains from analytical point of view. So what I'm trying to say, that restrict your sourcage, okay, fix your sourcage as far as standard books are concerned, and do complete these sources, okay, and multiple revision should be there, okay. So as far as April is concerned, now you're done with this April thing, and I'm hoping that in the April you would be completing your syllabus. That should be your first and the foremost priority, along with this tests and all, okay. You should be giving the tests as well. Now let's come to this May part, okay. And before we come to that, smart study, you know the meaning of that smart study. Rather than leaving the topics like general science completely, okay, you should go selectively for those chapters, like cell is there, okay, light waves, sine waves, sound waves, light waves, okay, electromagnetic radiations, etc. Application of chemistry in our day-to-day life, carbon allotropes, like these topics. Then you have the environment, okay, and current affairs. So try to as you are preparing, so you must have noticed that the UPSC give special emphasis on the topics like environment, and for the past few years current affairs importance has been increased a lot. So you should identify the ways in which you can okay, cover these topics like environment, current affairs in a more comprehensive way, okay. You need to go extra mile in these things, fine, to take the competitive advantage. This is the basic thing here. So for current affairs, if you are following like on daily basis, that is fine. So these are the major sources, like any of the newspaper, the Hindu or Indian Express, Press Information Bureau, economic surveys there. That is again very important, especially if you see that 2020 paper, you will be able to relate so many questions from economic survey there. Budget is also important, few chapters of Indian yearbook and magazines. So the thing is that this current affair thing is difficult to manage if you are following on the day-to-day basis. That is fine, but if especially right now you are in the condition that you have not followed all these sources on daily basis, you can go for compilations, you can go for crash courses, whatever way suits you, okay. You should definitely complete the current affair thing. That is again very important, like crash course or something, or compilations, fine. Then you have these mock tests. I have already explained you about these mock tests, that you should start giving those mocks in the April itself, okay, and continue to give those mocks in the May also, okay. So the basic objective behind this mock test lies in the fact that it builds the confidence, okay. It helps you in preparing in an exam oriented manner, okay. So this is fine as well. So many test series are there on the Unacademy platform. These are the free test series. You can get benefit of those test series every Sunday on Unacademy platform. There is a scholarship test again based on the prelims syllabus and pattern, 11 a.m. Sunday. You can go for that as well. Again, these all things are free, and you can unlock all these free materials, free resources with the help of this invite code, that is RB Live, okay. Now let's come to this part. April is gone and you are now in the May, okay. You should be now studying with the help of your timetable or daily routine, okay. This is a very basic thing. However, I'm telling you this because you should go for your targets, hourly targets, okay. Rather than going for like today I will be doing this XYZ, okay, 1 2 3 4, okay. Set your hourly target. For example, in the first in this 1 hour I will be doing 1 2 3 chapters of this modern India. For example, in the 1 hour I would be doing 1857 revolt. I would be doing that socio-economic, socio-religious reforms, like all kind of reforms and those, and I would be doing that civil peasant movements and like this, okay. So you should be very objective, very clear, okay, and you should plan for every hour, Okay, then you will be able to get maximum out of those days which are remaining, and you will see a kind of drastic improvement in your overall preparation, confidence building, output, etc. So go for this hourly preparation and mention all these topics like I will be doing this in this much time. Fine. Now let's come to the next 15 days, and so the thing is that now April is gone, and I hope that in April you have you will be completing your syllabus, and in the May itself go for this test and consolidate, revise. Okay, and the multiple revisions should be there. And if you find some topic is difficult, you are not able to retain that thing, so make note of that as well. Okay, notes, you can make the notes as well. Now let's come to the next 15 days. These are the days we are talking about. Last 30 days we are in this era. Last 30 days are there. Okay. In the next it means in the June, okay, you can say that in June itself you would be going for multiple revisions. Multiple revision means multiple revisions. You should revise at least 4 to 5 times. Okay, the more you revise, the less you add in the examination. Your error percentage will be less. Okay, it will increase, the revision will increase your risk taking capability. Okay, it will boost your confidence, and you will see a kind of drastic improvement in your overall score, whether you are going for the test series or whether you are going for the examination. Fine. Then you have a few topics you should be focusing on. Current affair is one of that kind of topic, so you should be making sure that you cover all the important current affairs. Okay, so you can go extra mile in that current affair part as well, because UPSC generally very unpredictable in these current affair things. And generally what happens that as far as these compilations and magazines are concerned, the questions are not okay, the question go beyond all these things. So you can definitely diversify your current affair sources, like you can rely on the PIB, etc. Okay, for example, in prelims 2020 you will see that so many questions from the Kurukshetra magazine. You can relate so many questions from Kurukshetra magazine of June 2020 in the prelims examination. So you need to go one step ahead in these kind of areas, especially like current affair. And this is we are talking here in the last 30 days. You can just reduce the number of tests you are giving. Okay, in the last 20 days you can give a couple of tests. Okay, 2 to 3 tests, that would be fine. More focus should be on revision part. Okay, the more you do that revision thing, the great it would be. You can revise your test series as well. Test series, if you are going for the test series, so many questions you won't be able to attempt, so you have made the notes of that, so take okay, note of those as well. So multiple revision is the key in the last days, and this is all. Okay, exam day. On the exam day you should be applying few strategies, very basic strategies, and let me tell you, you should attempt your paper in the 3 rounds. 3 round means let us say 1 to 100 questions are there. In the very first round you should go or tick only those questions in which you are 100% sure. If you see that question, you see that 100% I'm right, then go for that question like this. Okay, and but you need to read or go through all the questions, fine, but attempt only those in which you are 100% sure. Then in second round, this is your first round, in second round go for those questions in which you are 50-50. Okay, you are not sure about 2 options, you have eliminated 2 options easily, but you are not sure about whether it's A or D, whether it's B or C. Fine, so in those questions, then go for those questions. So in the first round itself you can just mark any kind of sign like this sign you have made. You have this question number 3 and you are not sure whether to attempt, 50-50 is there, so you can mark this question like this. So in the second round when you come, you will be able to identify easily that these are the questions in which I was at 50-50, so in this round I will have to go for those questions. Okay, and the question like question number 2 in which you are 100% sure, you can make a mark like this. Okay, so you will come to know that this was the question I have already attempted. So this will save a lot of okay, effort, and will reduce the error margin as well. and at the same point of time some question will be there, for example question 5, and you are not sure, so you can make a cross mark like this. Okay, this is a question that is beyond everything. Okay, I'm not in a position to attempt that question, so you can go for that mark as well. So you should be going for 3 round thing, and in that manner, what is the benefit that you can take the calculated risk, because once you go through that 100% thing, you will get to know that so many questions, like this much questions are there in which I'm 100% sure. So you will get to know the level of the paper, that whether the paper is difficult or not, what kind of paper it is. So on the basis of that assessment, you will be able to okay, take the risk in the second part, in which you are 50-50%. Use the elimination technique as well. Elimination technique means all that kind of extreme statements, illogical statements, ridiculous statements, eliminate those statements. Okay, like ABCD is there and you find that C statement is not logical. Okay, D could not be there, so like this, eliminate. Now what are these 2 options are there, but A could not be there, so answer should be B, like this. Okay, you need to do all these kind of things like elimination and using your common sense, logic and all, okay, to attempt those questions. That is the nature of the question paper. Fine, so go with this, and always go with this positive mindset that no matter what, you will be getting that okay, you will be clearing that examination. So a proper mindset should be there. If you are having that mindset, then only your preparation will be in that direction. Okay, and if you are preparing in that direction, your result will get in that manner. Fine. So maintain a discipline. Okay, consistency again very important. You should be doing the hard work on daily basis, not like if you are studying today 12 hours, okay, 2 days for 12 hours, then 5 days gap. This is not good, especially for your confidence. Okay, overall confidence, this thing is not good. So consistency builds your confidence, and confidence is very necessary to deal in such kind of competitive examinations. So this is all, guys. Okay, this is a 3-month strategy. You should be, the key is that you should be completing that syllabus first in the April itself, consolidate those parts in the May. You would be doing that consolidation, revision, addition, some other sources if you want to add, like environment, current affair, and in the June itself multiple revisions. Okay, revision and revision, these are some of the keys. And if you follow, I believe that if you follow these this strategy, plan your day on hourly basis. Okay, if you plan every hour of your day, okay, like in 1 hour I would be doing those topics, name those topics. Okay, write your goals in a paper and place that paper in your desk and do this thing. Okay, I have done this like this. So if you are following in this way, definitely you will get success. And this is all about that strategy thing. You can follow me on this Telegram link, okay, for any query or all the important updates related to examination. You can get access of these free classes, like there is a detailed analysis of the prelims paper that you can access on this link as well. Okay, so this is all of you, all the best, guys.